It is live. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Ask a Fence Gal Fri-Yay.
Yeah.
So, per usual, as we get things like shared out and all of that, we're going to leave you guys. Actually, so today's a little bit different. We've got them right here and
up there.
over the shoulder.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let us know what you guys think about this. Of course, let us know you're here by saying hello. Why is the lower third not showing? There. Let us know you're here by saying hi. That's what we wanted. All right. So it sounds like Sarah has confirmed everything is up and running.
Yes.
So let us go to the Facebook. Share it out. Make sure. So test. Give it a test on audio.
Test.
Yep. So it looks like you guys can hear us. They're in the audio. They're lower right. So let me know what you guys think about this, like the intro view that you guys get. So this is like the command screen where you see, preview, see program, but also shows you the different cameras, the chroma key and all that. Why is this just not wanting to? It will show and then it takes it away. I want it to stay. We'll have to figure it. Oh, see? Just
gone.
Options. That's probably where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, that's not where it's at. Oh, there he goes. Duration. So we can say 30 seconds.
Yeah, give that a whirl.
Let's give it another 0. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There we go. So that way it'll show that.
Perfect.
Bingo. There we go. All right. You guys are watching us kind of connect the dots here. Keep in mind, we're fence folks. Yes. Fence folks aren't always technology folks.
Nope.
Although we're using technology.
We are.
So we're moving that direction.
Well, it's not that we're not technology folks. We're just not like a technology professional.
Right.
Yeah.
We are fencing professionals.
We can use technology, just not always efficiently and effectively.
Right.
Yes.
Very, very well put.
Yep.
As you guys are coming in, let us know you're here by saying hi. I'm going to share this out, and then we're going to get started here. And I'm going to share it to my personal Facebook, and I'm going to say, come on over and say hello. Well, never, I did not type. It just went ahead and shared it. So, all right, we're going to minimize this. We're going to bring this to show. We're going to press program. There we are. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Ask a Fence Gal Fri-Yay edition. Mm-hmm. Now, last week we started to talk about changing it, and then we got completely sidetracked by actual fence conversation. So we're gonna try to stay on topic.
Yep.
It has been Ask a Fence Gal Fri-Yay for going on 4 months now, and we want it to be quarterly.
Yes.
The title. I did not bring my tea glass up here, or else we would have talked about. We can talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Because I confronted Darren.
Oh, you did?
The other day.
Politely?
I was very polite about
it.
Good. Well, yeah. Let me tell my story.
Okay.
Don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead.
All right.
So one morning, I usually stop by in the mornings on my way into the office. One morning, I went in there and I said, or actually it was Saturday morning. I know this because it's the day after the live.
Okay.
And I said, hey, Darren, did you catch the live broadcast yesterday on Ozark Fence? And he said, no, man, it was really busy. I said, okay, we need to talk. He said, okay, what are we going to talk about? And I said, well, I've seen some of your broadcasts on Fridays, and you're calling your live broadcasts Fri-Yay. Actually, I think he just calls them Happy Fri-Yay. So I said, Darren, that's a little too close to Ask a Fence Gal Fri-Yay.
Yes.
And he said something to the effect of, well, did you copyright it?
Mm-hmm. We're working on it.
And I said, well, we did start saying it before you started saying it.
Yeah. There's something to be said about that.
I tried to switch the subjects.
Yeah.
Because it's not like copyrighted or anything. I don't think you could copyright something like
paperwork.
that.
Lots of paperwork.
Well, what we're learning is you can always put pending behind it, and then it's kind of true.
Yeah.
Like patent pending. Mm-hmm. Not actually a patent.
Nope. But it's pending.
It is. One was filed years ago.
You know what's an interesting one?
I'm ready.
Gerber, the baby brand,
Yep.
has trademarked the phrase onesie. So
Really?
Yep. So you'll notice this next time you're out looking for a onesie. It'll be child's one piece or
Give me a break.
Yep.
The trademarked onesie. Well, anyway, so Darren asked me. Now, those of you that don't know Darren, I'm sure everybody does, but there's probably one or two of you don't.
Sure.
Republic Nutrition.
Yep.
Right there on 60. Anyway, I'm in the shop, and then we're talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, we call it Ask a Fence Gal Fri-Yay.
Yep.
Please just keep that in mind. And he said, well, I'm going to keep calling it Happy Fri-Yay. I said, well, then I'm going to be back here next Saturday. We're going to talk about it again.
Yeah.
So, and that's really just kind of where we left it. It's really not a great story, but I did wanted to share it with you guys.
But you wanted everyone to know that you took action.
That's right. And listen, I need you guys out there. Well, I see Brent's watching with us. Yeah. I know Brent's watching because Brent commented. Yeah. That's how I know. So there's six more of you watch, or 5 more of you watching that haven't let us know you're here yet. Let us know you're here by saying hello in the comments. Yeah, but anyway, for those 5, we know Brent is not in Missouri.
That's
He's
true.
in California.
So he can't. That would be a very long drive.
A very long drive. Yep. But if any of you guys are in the Springfield metro area, which is like, Springfield, Ozark, Nixa, Republic, Willard, Rogersville, Fairgrove. You get it. I'm calling you to action. We did this last week and it didn't really work, but we're going to try it again.
Yeah.
We need you to go right down to Republic Nutrition, right down 60. It's about a 5-minute drive from here, maybe 10 minutes.
Safely drive there.
Safely.
Yeah, safely drive
while
there.
Observing all speed limits,
stop signs,
and local regulations.
Yep.
Local, state, and federal regulations.
Absolutely.
All of them, please. Find a safe place to park within the lines. Mm-hmm. Please no double parking. And don't park in the handicap spots. Unless you have a proper placard for it. And then, by all means, there is parking right up front. And we want you to walk right up to that door, open it, hold it open for like 2-3 people, let them on in, and then you go in there. And you say, I'd like to speak with Darren. And there's a really good chance you're already speaking with Darren because he's usually the one there. But anyway, I'd like to speak with Darren. And he'll say, hello, I'm Darren. Yeah. And you'll say, listen, please. Ozark Fence has Ask a Fence Gal Fri-Yay. And it has been brought to our attention that you are calling your live broadcast on Fridays Happy Fri-Yay. And we would just like you to know that we know. We're not really asking them to stop or anything.
And we know that we know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We know that right? Okay, yep. I see. Yep. I had to 1, 2, 3. I did do the hops. And then just tell them. Say, hey, listen, we know it. I mean, we're not really asking them to stop. We really can't.
No.
I mean, we didn't trademark or copyright.
No, but we want them to know that we know.
We want them to know that we know. And while you're there, go ahead and order you up a tea.
Yep.
Because they are delicious. Yeah. There's one called the Redbird. Oh. I have no idea what's in it.
Doesn't matter.
He starts to tell me, and I my eyes glazed over, and I'm like, this guy's a professional. He knows what's in it.
Sounds like you know.
But Redbird, and it is delicious. And so anyway, once you order that and you leave, if you're coming back to Springfield, by here, if you want to pick up a couple and drop them by,
wouldn't be mad.
Premium, no,
yeah, would not be mad.
We give you a safe distance, 6 foot away, air high five.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And if you have a dog with you, we also have dog bones here.
Doggy treats.
Dog treats.
Is Max watching?
I don't know.
Let's find out. Hey, Max, you want a treat? Does Max want a treat?
Outside?
You want to go outside?
If he is, he's not barking inside. So we'll find out quickly.
Good to know. All right, let's say hi to everybody. Brent, welcome.
Hello.
He was first up.
Yeah.
And he always says, hello, my beautiful people.
He's like the president of our non-existent fan club.
That's right. But if there was one, he'd be at the top.
He's there.
He'd be at the top. So Brent was involved in some dirt bike racing.
Oh.
I don't think it's called dirt bike racing, though.
No.
It's on dirt bikes.
Yeah.
I think it's like cross-country racing.
Okay.
Maybe
like
something.
CCX or something like that. Or
Those are some letters.
Right. I don't know where that came from, but
CCX. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It is now.
That reminds me that we're going to talk about something in a little bit. I'm going to just remember that.
All right.
Steph. Hi, Joe and Sarah.
Hi, Steph.
Ozark fam. Oh, with the orange heart.
Oh, I like
Steph, you
that.
rock.
Yeah.
Steph is our on the phone rock star.
Yep.
That doesn't sound right. On the phone rock star. She's the first rock star you talk to.
Mhm.
More likely.
Yep.
Call Ozark Fence. You're going to talk to Steph, and she's going to be very, very nice to you. Dustin, hello. Happy Friday indeed.
Hi, Dustin.
It is a good one. It's a
Thanks
little
for
bit rainy,
watching.
but that's all right. Brent says you'll travel out here.
Yeah.
Not as fun as your weekends, let me tell
No.
you. Because his weekends are either like diving, like scuba diving, or dirt bike racing, or side-by-side racing through the desert. We don't have that here. So, keep that in consideration.
Yeah.
Jeff Kepper, how are you? Happy Friday, guys. Jeff Kepper in Barricade Fence Neck in Pennsylvania, taking a lunch break, listening to your wisdom.
Hi,
Jeff, I got bad news for you. There's not just a whole lot of wisdom going on here at all, but we welcome you all the same. Candace is a retail rock star. She says, "Hi, team." Hello, Candace. So if you're in the market for fence fittings,
yes.
If you're wanting to build a fence and you want to do it yourself, you'll deal with Candace.
Yep.
And she will also be very nice to you. Hello, Amy. Aunt Amy. So Amy is Taylor's aunt.
Oh, okay.
They're in Mount Vernon. Hello, Aunt Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Yeah, that might be the word.
Supercross.
That might be the word.
I don't know.
Arena cross is obviously in an arena, so maybe Supercross. I don't know. Brent, what was the event?
Yeah, because Supercross isn't that where they do some of the tricks too? Maybe they're just different events.
You know what I mean? I don't think they do tricks. They're
okay.
It's for time.
Okay, I'm thinking of like what's at the fairgrounds sometimes. You know what I mean? Where they have it's kind of like trick show, but on motorcycles.
Yeah, they make it seem like a race, but it's not really a race.
Yeah,
but they're doing like tricks. And
stuff. Yeah, it's like points.
Mandy, hi Ozark fam. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you.
All right. I got a bone to pick with Mandy.
Bone picking coming up.
But with the company she represents.
Stain and seal experts. Yep. Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going.
So I was minding my own business.
Yep.
Staining some boards.
As one does.
As one does. Yeah. As I do at least 80% of the time.
Yep.
20% of the time. I tend to mind other people's business.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but this time I was minding my own
yours.
business.
Okay.
And I was dipping, fence boards. We had some 2x4s
because we pre-stained cedar materials.
Yes. Yep. Okay. And so we have our dip tank.
What color was it?
It's a cedar tone.
Love cedar tone a lot.
Beautiful color.
Cedar tone pre-stain on cedar materials.
Gorgeous. It's like that wet wood look. Like after it rains and you see like a new fence and it's wet and you're like, oh, it's such a pretty color.
It locks that color in. Yep. Okay. Sorry.
So I tend to get just as much stain on myself as I do the boards.
As one does. Yes.
So I came out of it and I said, you know what? This is a really nice self-tanner. And then I was like, this is a gorgeous color.
Okay.
Washed my hands. Came right off. Took a shower. Came right off. I'm angry.
I think that's what it's supposed to do.
But it looked really good.
Okay. But follow me here.
Uh-huh.
What happens if you didn't want it to stay on and it did stay on?
Then you could
then you would be very mad.
One of that orange container of the
you
know what
I'm
talking?
The orange pumice cleaner.
Gritty soap. Yeah.
You
use that and it comes off.
Well, that's just taking off like layers of skin.
Exactly. Perfect.
I don't know. I think we might have to agree to disagree. I think they did exactly what they were supposed to do.
I'm just very upset.
I don't know that you should be though.
But hear me out here.
I mean that's Caleb, your truth. I'm not saying that it's not your truth. I'm not here to deny your truth.
I've got another business plan for you, Caleb.
Okay, listen up.
Self tanning, because a lot of the self tanner is oil based, right? So it's sometimes it has lotion in it, but most of the times it's like that oily, Hawaiian sun stuff. I think we could do it. Now you wouldn't want to do it in all the colors. Yeah, that's a lot of colors. Definitely not like the eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus. You would not want to self tan with eucalyptus.
Chestnut. I could.
You would want to rename them though. Like I don't know if cedar self tanning would go over really. Honey's a good name. Yeah. Honey is a good name.
I forget the last part of that, but it's like honey something. Sweet honey or something. I don't know.
There's light honey.
Dark honey. Yeah.
There's light and dark honey. Yeah.
You could stay with those.
Yeah, but I don't know if pecan self stainer is going to be a big seller. Yeah. I mean, with that name.
Well, but you could. Okay, so pecan's not okay, but you have almond color like makeup and stuff. So we'll have to rethink the names a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll give you a color breakdown of what I think would be acceptable for the stains.
Very good.
Yes, for self tanners.
Because what you're saying is in all of their free time,
yes,
they should do this.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they probably have some.
Yeah, they've got an abundance of free time, I would imagine, especially this time of year.
So here's the thing: I have visited Sand Seal Experts facility. Not a lot of free time.
Are they already working on this?
No, I don't think they're working on this. I think they're working on getting stain out. I think that's what they're working on.
Equally as important,
Would you? All right. So let's follow this logic.
Yep.
They've got self tanning,
and you could even use like the dip tank for it.
That's exactly where I was just thinking. So you would use the dip tank, but rather than dip fence pickets and rails,
you just go for a little
swim.
Splash. Yeah. I don't see what could go wrong.
Okay.
It's an idea. Let's just,
it is an idea.
Let's noodle it a little bit. We can table it. We can come back. We can circle back.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
We'll circle back. But
that's what we say. So I'm on the board of directors for Sertoma, and that's usually what we say, like, when we just don't want to deal with it. We're like, you know what? We're going to table this for further discussion, and we'll talk about it next month. Moving on.
Mm-hmm. Or I always say, like, that's an idea.
Because it is. Technically, it is an idea.
I'm not acknowledging it's a good or bad idea.
Exactly. We're not
an idea.
passing judgment on the idea.
An idea. Yeah.
And that is your truth. I don't want, I'm not here to deny your truth because I know that's like it's a thing. So I'm not going to do that. Mandy, is that
that's like
it's
oh
like,
my gosh, I can't believe we didn't think about that.
Or that's ridiculous. I think
it's oh my gosh, we should definitely bring this up to Caleb.
I don't think that's what that is, but okay.
Exactly.
Tinted baby oil. Okay. Oh, Nicole's got a good name for it.
Summer honey.
Summer
honey. I
I
like that.
I like that too.
Summer honey. Okay.
And Amy says, love this. I'll buy your self tanner.
Right?
I need it.
Perfect. We'll sell fences, we'll sell stain, and we'll sell self tanner.
Are we going to sell it by 5-gallon buckets?
Oh, that would have to, you'd have to like invite your friends and family. That'd be like a self tanner party. It's kind of like a Tupperware party.
But here's the thing is if we're dipping people in our dip tank, we buy the stuff in the 55-gallon drum.
Yes. So that's how we would sell it.
By the drum.
Yes, think about like an ice bath. People take ice baths in those 50-gallon things, and you slowly ease your way into that ice bath. So you could do the same thing, but you just don't fill it all the way. You wouldn't fill it all the way. You would have to fill it like 3/4.
So you would get in the drum and just like
like an ice bath. You just sit down on the drum. Because you wouldn't, if you think about like the boards.
I know you think you could sit down in a drum. I don't think most people could sit down in the drum.
Okay, so if you wanted to, you could put it in like a baby pool. Those kiddie pools. You could do it that way.
I'm getting all sorts of awful visuals from this. Yep. Nicole, good point. Don't forget your swim cap because you could just
that's true.
Self-tan your hair as well.
Yeah, that would not be good. Too much money for this.
Well, but people do have two-tone stain decks where they'll stain the flats one color and the verticals another color.
Yep.
So maybe we do like a light self-tanning on the body and a dark self-tan in the hair.
You could, yeah. Yeah, now hair products, self-tanners.
So what you're saying
is Sale Experts, we've got a lot of ideas for you.
We got some. Sarah's got some ideas.
I have some ideas.
We're not saying if they're good ideas or bad ideas.
They're ideas.
Just calling them ideas. Okay. Where it says his wife does that's called cryotherapy, and it costs a lot. Perfect. But cryotherapy. Okay. All right. We'll just moving on. This did get strange very quickly, Mandy. I agree, and I'm trying to move this along. All right.
I'm going to table it.
Rowdy Bowdy, John Bowdy's here. Just joining it on time. Yeah. Welcome to the live stream. We're going to try to get this train wreck back on track and moving on down the tracks.
Moving on.
That's a famous phrase that I used once upon my life. All right. Thank you, Anna Amy. You guys are awesome. They laugh out loud. All right. She lolled.
We aim to please.
Lolled. Yes. Is that what the kids say?
Look, Amy's so cool. She didn't even use an emoji.
Yeah.
She's in with the times.
That's what the kids are doing?
Because remember, the kids don't use like the cry, laugh emoji.
They're canceling emojis.
Yeah. Emojis are canceled.
Kids.
Amy knows this. She's
Get
on
this stuff together. Amy's ahead of the trend.
She is, yeah.
But I'm going to say she lulled. I'm going to be a boomer and say she lulled. All right. Guys, it's been a week. It's been a heck of a week.
Yeah.
We got a lot done this week. Let's talk about that. What have we done this week, Sarah?
What haven't we done? We've done a little bit of everything. I think the only thing that we did not do was aluminum this week. We did basically every one of our wood packages.
Yep.
We did that. So we did the pine, we did the cedar on pine posts, and we did cedar on steel posts.
And we did some pre-stain.
Yep.
Cedar.
Yeah, twice. And we even did a horizontal. Boom.
Lots of stuff going on.
Galvanized chain link, black chain link.
Yep.
We had a lot going on this week.
Sarah and I were both pre-staining.
Yes.
Sarah pre-stained a lot more than I did this week, but we pre-stained a bunch of material. Yes. We are, if anyone knows a rock star that's looking for employment, we are hiring. So
send them our way.
We are taking applications. So far, not off to a great start. We've scheduled interviews, and they've decided not to show up. So there's that. But if you know a rock star that would like to be a material handler and fabrication assistant, send them on over. Part of that job duty is working with us, pre-staining the fence boards. And it's a lot more fun than we make it sound.
Yeah, it actually really is. It's almost like instantly gratifying, right? Because like as soon as you're done, like your work, you see your work and you're like, okay, I like this.
Yep. The neat part is, so once you've got a row of these boards done, you can kind of see the gradual change too as they dry and lighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
It actually is a good time. But anyway, so we pre-stained lumber, and Scott and Justin built a bunch of fence this week.
Yeah.
And the doors. It's kind of been a group effort this week.
Absolutely.
But no aluminum. It's kind of funny how it goes in cycles.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of aluminum on the way.
Yes.
We placed a pretty substantial order last week. It's probably going to be roughly a truckload, a couple hundred panels. So a couple hundred panels, a couple hundred posts, all that. So that should be on its way. Then we'll be doing a lot of aluminum.
Yeah. We have quite a few that are sold. They're just patiently waiting for materials.
Yep. Yeah, we've got a big one coming up for Ark of the Ozarks.
That's right.
Right there on Kansas and what's that? What is that? There,
Elfindale?
It's an Elfindale building. Yeah,
but I don't know what that name is. By that.
I want to say Sunset, but that's not right.
Triple H.
The Triple H restaurant, which is actually really good. But yeah, so we've got now one's actually going to be a 6-foot aluminum. Yeah. So
that'll look nice.
I'm really excited to get that done. It'll be a nice visual too, because you'll be able to see it right from Kansas Expressway.
That'll be awesome.
I think that'll be great.
Yeah.
Really will be. So we've got some aluminum coming up. We've got a big order of aluminum coming in. And so when that order is in, we'll start doing even more aluminum.
Yep.
We did a little chain link this week. Not little. We did quite a bit of chain link this week. We really did hit all the check boxes.
Yeah.
Really check all the boxes this week.
I was going to share, and I didn't get it to you in time. So I have my first picture for my wall of wags. That's what I'm
Wall of wags.
Yep. So from now on, when we do a job where there's a dog involved, I am going to ask the customer to send me a picture, or I'll take one myself when we do the final walkthrough of the dog by the new fence.
By the new fence.
Yeah. So I
like this a lot. I remember us talking about this. I like this idea a lot. Yep. Where is the wall of wags going?
Well, originally I was going to be selfish and put it in my office, but I think it should go in the ops room. So that way customers, if they're wanting to go to the restroom or they go through there, they can see it there.
Yeah. So the operations room is right behind the reception area. Mm-hmm. So yeah, anyone coming through is going to be able to see the wall of wags. I like this idea a lot. I really do. Yep. So let's give everyone an update on your office. So Sarah, for those of you just joining us, Sarah destroyed her office. She's trying to make us think that the ceiling fell. But we know. I mean, it wasn't on camera and it wasn't, but we know. Anyway.
I think it was on camera when it did fall and I was safely at home.
Well,
it actually missed me by 30 minutes.
Yeah. So it was right after you left. Just left Perfect. Half an hour ago, and the ceiling fell and pulled the ceiling fan or the ceiling. Anyway, it was a whole thing. But Good news, we got new doors in, so the walls are down.
Yeah.
Sarah now gets a sliding door in her office. So we also realized she's getting new floors now, because the floors that are there. Well, It's just like a lot of things right here. It just needs replaced. Yep. So, yeah. But
that was going to be an eventual thing anyway.
And that's it. That's it. We were planning on doing a remodel of the office later on this year. So, yeah. But so Sarah has now commandeered the conference room. So if you come and meet with Sarah, you're actually meeting in our conference room. So I feel like that's by design as well.
Conveniently by the kitchen.
Yeah, it connects to the kitchen. So anyway, construction update being construction is underway.
Yes.
Sarah's office is being remodeled.
Yep.
All right. Amy likes the wall of wags. Good to know.
Awesome.
Rowdy Baute. I'm going to take this, John, and said you really like the content we're putting out. And you really approve of it. And you'd really like some more. Yep. I think that's what that emoji means.
Absolutely.
Steph also likes the wall of wags idea. I like the paw print emoji, Steph.
I know. I just think that's actually really cute.
Great. Now Sarah's going to be ending all of her conversations with paw print emojis.
Yep. And an orange heart.
And an orange heart. And if they got horseshoes, that's going up there as well. I feel sure.
There's an idea.
Well, so it's actually like the closed circuit, like the security cameras is what we conveniently enough she didn't appear on, but she had just left. And that's how I knew it happened. Is I was checking the security cameras before I went to bed. I was like, that's weird. Sarah's ceiling is about it's about 4 foot off the ground, and I really feel like it should be roughly about 8 foot off the ground. So from the office. So it's the security cameras.
I just walked into the house too, and I got a text, and the first thing I thought of was like, I left something unlocked. Like I forgot to close it down because I was there until I think that was the night I was there kind of later. It's 6:30. Yeah. And you texted me right at 7.
Yeah.
And so I just walked in the house. I was like, and I looked at it. I'm like, okay. But I'm glad. Oops. I'm glad I was not in there because you would have had a hard time convincing me someone was not coming through that roof for me.
Right.
I watched too many documentaries. I would have been out.
Yeah. So what actually happened? Well, what Sarah is trying to get us to believe happened is lath and plaster above a drop ceiling, and a lot of this plaster was coming loose, falling and hitting that drop ceiling, and it got to a point where it weighed too much, fell, had a ventilation fan in it. So that ventilation fan was tied to the drop ceiling. Drop ceiling was hung from the ventilation fan. Well, then once the ventilation fan fell, it pulled the ceiling right on down. So anyway, so Sarah's getting a new office. And Sarah's office is going to be like the nicest office here now. Like it is like basically going to be brand new.
Okay. But
like the studs will still be there, but everything else is going to be brand new.
Let's talk about that for a second. Because when we first purchased this building,
yes,
we all did a walkthrough.
Yes.
And we all talked about roughly, so Dad's office and my office is almost exactly to the inch, same size.
Yep.
And he wanted to be kind of at the front, but he had the windows. And so we kind of went back and forth. And I said, okay, no, like that's when you said, you know what? If we can eventually get you a window, like what if you're in this office? So that's fine.
Yeah, because at the time there was no windows. No, it was like a bat cave.
Yes, it was. But it did, so it had a window into Dad's office.
Oh, that's right.
A sliding window, so we can talk to each other.
And you got a little bit of his sunlight. So he was sharing his sunlight with you.
Yeah. So all I'm going to say is that it just sounds like my sacrifices were taken into account.
Your sacrifices that you sacrificed for almost a month.
Yeah.
Probably 3 weeks.
It was a long 21 days.
And that's worth getting a new office.
Oh, it's not up to me. I didn't do it, but
it
sounds like the world is telling you something.
Is that so? Okay. It's the universe.
It's kind of like that. You put good energy out, you get good energy back.
But you got to put the good energy out, though. That's the problem with that scenario. So what's funny is too, we were bringing the wall down, the exterior wall to put in the door. There was a framed in window. Like this office at one point had a window, and it was a pretty good sized window. No, let's just fill that in and plaster right over it. No windows in this office at all.
Yeah. Well, and what's funny is when we were looking out from the courtyard, they have little shutters just randomly. There's 2 sets of little shutters. And so we're like, oh, maybe. And so we're like, well, is there a window behind there? And they're like, no, there's not.
No, kind of peeled it up and looked behind it. No window behind it.
Well, come to find out, that's exactly where the old one. So they just boarded it up on both sides. Like, what? Originally, there was a window.
Used to be a window. Yeah. Anyway. Brent Mitch just got a new puppy. Forgot what puppy stage is like. It It's a dandy. It's a dandy.
You'll love the dog in a year.
4-legged, hyperactive creatures with razor blades in their mouth.
They are. I forgot.
That's basically what it is. Oh, they are so sharp. Like they are dangerous.
That's so fun though. That puppy age, yes, because they're so like they're trying to figure it out. Like, they want to please you. They're just not. They just have so much energy that they're just not sure how to channel it.
They are destruction machines.
I think my piece of advice, Brent.
Okay. All right.
All puppies should be given a job. So they need a job. Okay. They need some way to utilize all that energy. So with Piper, I remember when I first got her, and she's a Labrador retriever, and she would not retrieve anything.
Go figure.
Like at one point I had a really bad day, and she still wouldn't do it. And I started crying, and I was like, I have a retriever that doesn't retrieve. I bought her for a duck dog. And so I'm like, great. Now bought this dog. And then one day she just figured it out. And since then, that has been her job. And it's actually very.
So like right now she's retrieving things.
I would not be surprised if
at this very moment. Retrieving?
Really anything that you throw. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Sticks, rocks.
When you guys aren't there, what's she retrieving?
Sometimes her toys.
Okay.
So, or her favorite thing to do is she has one of those chew bones, and she just carries it around in her mouth. Like she doesn't really want you to touch it. She just wants you to know that she has one.
That's what we learned when she came into the office. Mm-hmm. She wants you to see it and acknowledge it. Do not touch it.
Unless you're going to throw
it. Yeah, but
she's going to need it back immediately, or it needs to be thrown there.
Yeah, but she's got trust issues that first time you go to get it. She's like, whoa. Are they going to throw it or not? Because if they're not going to throw it, I'm going to eat their hand.
Yeah. I'm going to get that back.
Then, but once she knows that you're just there to throw it, she's okay with it.
Yes.
But you may not hold it. No.
It's kind of a moment of panic. She's like, wait, no, you weren't supposed to take it.
Yeah. Throw it immediately. Throw it.
Yes. So, Brent, that's so exciting, though. Like,
congratulations on the new
puppies
puppy.
Are fun.
Absolutely. Very good. Well, guys, if you haven't said hello, say hello in the comments below. Let us know you're here. We always like saying hello to you guys. If you guys have fence questions, I'd say go ahead and drop those in the comments below. We might talk about fence stuff today. That would be a charm.
I've got a good idea. Okay. Let's talk about a situation that we ran into in Branson with a post that. So the different options. So if you hit like a sheetrock, which is this case, we did that.
Yeah, shelf rock.
Or shelf rock. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yes. But it spanned quite a way. So we were trying to find. So we talked a little bit about core drilling. We talked a little bit. So maybe you're going to be way more articulate about it. But say we get out to a job site, we hit rock. In this case, we actually had an 80-pound jackhammer that still couldn't get through this rock. Yeah. So kind of walk us through like what that looks like. What are our different options?
Yeah, they went through a couple options on site. So they had a handheld jackhammer, and it's not handheld is the wrong term, but like a person powered jackhammer. That one was not beefy enough. That was an 80-pound hammer. That one was not beefy enough. So then they went and rented a machine mount. So we run mini excavators or mini skid steers, and they have a jackhammer mounted or a machine mounted option. I gave that a shot. We got down about 12 inches, and this project called for wood post. So we were kind of out of options. So we came back and we were brainstorming with the customer. What are we going to do? It's when it's solid rock, it's solid rock. It's not flaking. It's not breaking apart. This thing is there. So the two options that we discussed with the client that we ultimately came up with. So one option, plan A, is to take 2 additional posts. So instead of 1 post right where it needs to be, take 2 posts and try to see if we can't go 2 foot on either side of that rock and try to dig down, chip. If we find the edge of the rock, chip it to try to see if we can't get through it is plan A, so that all the posts look alike. Now, the section spacing is going to be off. Yeah. You're going to see 8 foot, 8 foot, 8 foot, 4 foot, or 6 foot. It's going to look a little odd. But plan B is we core drill directly into that rock. But when we core drill, we have to switch to a steel post. So it's going to be wood post with a steel post right in the middle, and then wood post beyond that. So talking with the customer, she preferred that we try with the wood post first. And then if that didn't work, then go back with the steel post. I mean, the core drilling and setting steel post into the rock is a guaranteed solution. Sure. Like it will work. But the aesthetics of it, she wanted to try with wood post first, which is fine. Now, it's in Branson, so it's about 45-minute drive. So we're taking both plans with us. We're taking plan A and plan B just in case. But it doesn't happen a lot, but it happens in the Lakes region. So whether we're talking about, I mean, they call it Stone County for a reason, is the joke, but it is absolutely true.
Very true. Yeah.
Taney County's the same way. So anywhere in kind of that Table Rock Lake area, anywhere south of, say, if you drew a line between Ozark and Nixa, anywhere south of there, we go just planning on finding rock. Now, that's why we had taken a small jackhammer with us, which is usually and I say small. Yeah. Small is a relative term, but that's why we took it with us. Is we knew, or they knew, that it would hit rock. But sometimes the rocks are bigger than you think. And down there they got into a lot of shelf rock, and so we'll see. We're going to take plan A. They're going to take plan A with them, but plan B is a sure thing, and they'll take it with them as well.
That's good.
Doesn't happen a lot, but occasionally it comes up. So, and that's kind of the conversation we had kind of in the post-op meeting is, almost having that thought in the back of our mind that, hey, we need to prep the client for this conversation before it happens.
Right.
Knowing that 9 times out of 10, the conversation is not going to come up at all.
Yeah.
But that one time,
they know. Yep.
At least we've had it ahead of time. So anyway, that happened this week too. So, but one thing we found was that bringing the client into the conversation helped everybody.
Absolutely.
Is if you had asked me, we would have gone. My plan A would have been the steel post, because I know it's a sure thing. The moving 2 foot on either side of the rock and hoping that the rock's not there. I have a feeling the rock's going to be there. And so we would have gone with that, and that would not have met the client's expectations.
Yep.
So by bringing them in, I mean, it was all of like a 5-minute phone conversation. I think.
Oh, absolutely.
It was myself. You were in the room. Scott, our the crew chief on the wood crew, was in the room, and we all just kind of had a speakerphone conversation with the client, saying, "Hey, here's what we're up against.
Yep.
Here's our options. We're fine with either option. Which would you prefer?"
Yeah. Here's kind of our suggestion, but how would you like us to proceed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. So that happened. The life of a fence folk.
It's always something.
Sure. That's right. All right. Well, we're still caught up on comments. So if you guys have any questions or comments, fencing related or otherwise, be sure to leave them in the comments below. Hey, so let's talk about something.
Okay.
So Chris Treese came over. He's our new tenant next door. The old Ozark Fence is now Classic Home Concepts.
Yep.
He came over, and it's funny. He's having a similar conversation with his sister that I'm having with you, in that client experience officer, the millennials are saying that the experience is the X. So CXO. And he was having a hard time. So obviously, like, you're on board with this now. But if you were to try to help Chris bring his sister on board with you're not actually the CEO, you're CXO, how would you help her understand that?
Well, I would say if you're being trendy enough to say experience officer, and you want it to have that X, then maybe on their cards, instead of it being spelled with an E, like you could just do like X experience.
Capital X, client X experience.
Yeah. Yeah. But since mine is spelled with an E, C-E.
Well,
I'm just going.
Yeah, I'm not trying to rehash that for us, because we're already to the CXO part. I'm just saying for them, because she's kind of doing the same thing that you had done there, and I get it. It's I can see how the misunderstanding would come up.
Sure.
But I was just trying to help help her to understand.
Yeah, I would just
CXO thing.
Totally misspell the word probably on the cards.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. He came in. I was like, oh boy, you should tune in to our Facebook Lives, because we have this conversation occasionally.
Yes. Right.
We got a fence question. James Moles asks, building a long 8-foot wood gate, what's the best way to keep it from sagging over time? What do you think, Sarah?
So I would suggest using steel posts as your gate posts. And then we use a hardware called a Shark hardware. So it's a hinge set, and the latch set, we just like it because it all goes in one. Yeah. But what's really important on those is, so you're using your steel posts, and then those hook around the steel post and then attach to the actual frame of the gate. So none of it is being drilled through the wood. So over time, you're seeing like your sag and drag because those wood gate posts settle. And so normally when they settle, the tops kind of come in. So you'll see the gate, instead of it being straight across, it'll slowly start to lean in. So then that's causing that bottom to drag along the ground. So that would be probably my number one, is use steel posts.
Yeah. So one thing too, James, I hope when we're talking about 8-foot gate, when we're talking about 8-foot double gate. So for us, the longest leaf we'll do on a wood gate is going to be 5 foot. Yeah. So for a 10-foot opening. So I guess that would be my first question, is to make sure we're not talking about an 8-foot single gate.
Yeah.
That would be, okay. So the conversation should start with, can it be done? Probably.
Sure. Yeah.
Should it be done? I probably wouldn't. Anytime you get something that far away from the post, and now we're talking about leverage and gravity, the weight of that post, or the weight of that gate, is really going to have some leverage on that post. Yeah. So, you could, and we do commercial fencing, so we could roll out commercial solutions, like a 6 5/8 inch post, concrete filled, set 5 foot in the ground, 6 foot out of the ground. We could put Cox hinges, or, we could put commercial heavy duty hardware on there. It's still going to be 8 feet away from that post.
That's just a lot of weight leaning on that end.
Yeah. So steel post with a steel frame, and the steel frame is going to have to be cross braced. You're going to want the cross braces to be adjustable, so that you could take sag out of it, or at least try to take sag out of it. But still, anytime we have a wood fence where we're talking about an 8-foot long, like a single gate like this, we're going to try to have the conversation of, well, how about a chain link gate with brown privacy slats? So you still keep the look, but you save a tremendous amount of weight.
Yeah. That's a good
an
point.
8-foot chain link gate is going to swing a lot better than,
a lot lighter than the wood. Yeah.
Than the wood gate would. So
that's a good call.
Wood. That's usually a conversation we would try to have.
Yep. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking 8 foot. I was like, oh, the way we do it are double gates. Yeah.
Well, and I might be reading this wrong too, James. So you said building a long 8-foot wood gate, so maybe 8 feet is the height.
That could be true. Yeah.
Building a long 8-foot tall wood gate. So that's obviously, if we're 8 foot tall, 4 foot wide, or 5 foot wide, both of those would be on 8 foot tall. I'd prefer 4 foot wide.
It's a double gate.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So
perfect. Awesome. Way less
just
concerned.
Disregard what I was saying about it being a single gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're still right in that, steel post, steel hardware, steel frame. So that's actually going to be our standard answer, regardless of how tall and how wide the gate is on wood fence.
Yes. Correct.
Well, I guess technically on chain link, that's still our advice: the steel post and steel frame.
Yeah.
Because chain link is made out of steel. Yeah. So we would definitely prefer
steel at all times.
Unless it's aluminum. And then we prefer aluminum gates.
Yeah.
On our aluminum fences.
But on the ornamental, you could have ornamental steel.
That's true. That's true.
So
you could.
You're right.
But yeah, if it's wood and it's a gate, our standard is steel posts, steel frames with hardware, to your point, with the shark hardware, shark hinges and latches that connects directly from the steel post to the steel frame.
Yes.
Sometimes you'll see contractors take a steel post and a steel gate frame, but then use the wood hardware with it. Just meaning that the hardware lags into the 2x4s on the fence side and the 2x4s on the gate side. And at that point, you're really hoping those lags hold.
Correct.
So by going from the steel post to steel hardware to steel gate frame, you really take a lot of that chance out of it. So.
Oh, okay. That's what he said.
All right. So. Okay. I need a cross. Okay.
Yep.
See, it's already built. Trying to make it better. Okay. So. All right. So I'm going to refresh right through the comments. I'm going to go back up to the front. So you've got an 8-foot double gate. Best way to keep it sagging over time, but it's already built. Yeah. So diagonal cross braces are always a good idea. So it's going to transfer. Now, if you talk to 10 fence guys and you ask them which way that diagonal brace should go, you're probably going to get 12 answers. And you're like, Joe, there's only 10 fence guys. Like, yeah. A couple of them have a few ideas on this. The traditional one, the traditional thought is that the diagonal brace the high point on the diagonal brace is at the far side of the gate or on the cantilever, the side that doesn't have support, unsupported side. The lower part of that diagonal brace is going to be against your gate hinge, the gate post, so that it transfer the weight from the top of the gate down to the bottom. But you can also talk to some fence guys that say that is wrong and they have a better idea. And that's totally fine too.
Yeah.
As long as your idea works, it works. So, but when we're doing it, we kind of, if I were going to brace it, I would brace it in the traditional way, starting with your high side being on the unsupported side, your low side being on your gate post side.
Yep.
Just allergies. Nobody panic. But yeah. So James, I hope that's helpful. Yep. Shark hardware, metal post. Absolutely. All right. Look at that. Perfect. Just about to ask which way to get it. James, you're very welcome. Of course. I appreciate you contributing into the conversation.
This is great.
Giving us something to talk about. Thank you, James.
Yes, thank you.
If you guys have any other fence questions, drop them in the comments below. We like talking about fence almost as much as we like talking about everything else we talk about.
Sure.
Hello, Taylor, and probably Jackson. And Josie.
Yes.
But Josie's still a little young to be saying hello.
Yeah.
She probably says like, abba. My best impression. Yeah, but what is up, everybody?
Hello.
Hope everybody's having a good day at the house. So those of you that don't know, Taylor is my better half, significantly better half. Like she puts up with me. So she's in line for sainthood. She should be getting there shortly. That's for sure. But what is up, everybody? Oh, wait, we're not supposed to say what is up anymore. That is, remember, I got some of this feedback on my YouTube channel that is a lazy introduction. What is up is a lazy introduction and it doesn't mean anything. So we're supposed to say, welcome back. Oh. Welcome back is actually less words than what is up.
And you're also
and if what is up is a lazy introduction, like welcome back. Like, how is that not?
And you're assuming that they were there in the first place. Like, what if it was their first time? You're like, welcome back. And they're like,
oh, you obviously don't know me because I haven't been here before. I agree.
I get offended and I don't know why. But when I go to a fast food place and they say that, they're like, welcome back. And welcome back to Taco Bell. And I'm like, how dare you assume that I have been here?
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. Cheryl.
But what if I had
granted, I know you on a first name basis because I come in here all the time, but let's not let everyone else know.
I had a big Qdoba kick, and Taylor when Taylor worked here, we were big fans of Qdoba.
Ate Qdoba a lot.
Yes.
And we liked it.
I would have to go to different ones because then they would rat you out. You'd be in line and they'd be like, oh, hey, you want the choose two? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I come here too often if they know what I get. Too often.
Was this like Cheers?
Yeah.
Norm walks in and like, hey, Norm. Hey. You walk into Qdoba, they're like, oh, Sarah's back. Fire up the grill.
Yeah, get that extra large burrito ready. And I'm like, help me like that. But yeah, so welcome back. A little presumptuous.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I'm
just like, hello, everybody.
But if the good folks on YouTube say it in the comment section, it's pretty much true.
You think so?
That's what they think.
Terrifying.
That is no kidding. Yeah, you learn a lot about people in the comment section, on the comments that they leave in the comment section on YouTube.
Yes.
So we have filters for a reason. But still, a few of these get through, and we hear that. So anyway, no more. What is it? We need to come up with a new introduction, though. Or new welcome, not introduction.
I think you're allowed to say welcome back if you sing the song with it.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Like that? That one? There you go.
That's definitely.
We've got a touchpad here that plays sounds. What if we figured out how to make that work?
That would be neat.
Press one of those. Hey, we can't hear it here in the studio, so I don't know if it works or not. Press the top left one, and you guys let us know if you hear anything. See, this is the problem. We don't know if it's running or not. I think it lights up.
Do I have to do?
No, I don't think so.
It did light up.
It did light up. Mm-hmm. So did you guys hear something on your end? You just let us know. Go ahead and hit that again one more time. I think it's clapping. I think the top left. Yeah, you just press it. Yeah. And you guys just let us know if you hear something. I think it goes off on its own. Maybe. Again, we're fence folks. We're not tech folks.
Yeah. Yep. They said yep.
Oh, look at that.
All right. Oh, yeah. Nice.
So, James, was it too loud? That's kind of the impression. Maybe it was too loud. See, the problem is we don't hear it like here in the studio.
Oh,
so, it's not clapping.
Oh, no. What is it?
Right, so Taylor heard it and Amy heard it. Dustin heard it, but it was not clapping like I thought. So why don't you at home fill us in on what that sound is? I mean, I guess we could have plugged headphones in.
Oh, yeah.
But we wouldn't have known if they heard it. So, just go ahead and fill us in on what.
Oh,
good. Oh, it's alternative rock. Okay. Well, there's that. So, okay, I don't know what that is. There's supposed to be there's 2, 4, 6, there's 8 sounds on this thing. I know one of them's clapping. One of them's crickets.
Oh.
One of them's like cheering. Like one of them's just simple clapping. Then one of them like a crowd going crazy. Yeah. The other ones? No. Apparently one of them is alternative rock.
Oh.
Okay. It's a good song.
Okay.
All right. Now this is going to drive me crazy. All right. Plug this in over there.
Okay.
I'm going to listen in.
Wait, just at the bottom?
Yep. Plug it right in there. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Guys. You've been warned. I'm pressing it again.
Here it comes.
Yeah, I don't know. Huh.
All right, so now we're going to listen to the rest of them with you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, so press the next one.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, that's laughing.
That's laughing. Okay.
Can you hear them? Oh, you heard?
No, I heard it through there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a crowd cheering.
Yep.
Oh, it's like sci-fi.
Perfect for our alien talk.
Alien sounds. Got it. Oh,
sorry. Didn't have me press that again.
Oh, that's like a magical.
Oh, it did go off on its own.
Yeah, I'll let them go. Oh, and that's crickets.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we know. Thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in while we figured that out.
All right. So, this thing did come with labels. So, probably ought to label those. But you could put custom sounds on there.
Okay.
So we could put that welcome back, welcome.
All right.
But actually, that song is probably copyrighted.
Oh.
There's probably we probably need to get permission to use it, or find a version out there on the free space.
The Kids Bop version of it.
Oh, good. Yeah, the Kids Bop version.
You're allowed to use that, I think.
Are you?
I think so. I think it's
Okay.
If it was made into a CD, you can use it.
All right. All right. Yeah. Cheers intro.
Okay. I like that.
You got it.
No worse intros.
And James likes it.
All right.
See, and James did the LOL. James knows what's up.
I know.
We are still in it, James.
And Amy. He knows. No emojis.
Yeah. Listen. So, James, we were having this conversation 2 or 3 times ago. The kids now are all out on emojis, like the 100 and the crying. They don't use them.
Yeah.
And we think they ought to. I mean, people spent good time making these emojis.
Yeah.
But what brought this up is they don't use the LOL either.
What do?
They do
like the LMAO or something.
No, I forgot how this went. We need to talk to more young kids.
Yeah.
Figure this out. No, but it's a whole thing, because it used to be they would do the dead face, for
or skulls.
Yeah, skulls. Yeah. I think that is what they do.
Yeah, dead.
Yeah, I think that's what they do. It's a LOL. So out on that.
Unsubscribe.
Yeah, we're gonna label them.
I like that.
You'll need the drum. Ba-da-dum. Yep.
And you notice that I'm closest to the controls.
Oh, good. Good. So Sarah's at control 1 right now. So that's good news for sure. Yeah, we'll go ahead and label them. But you can bring in other sounds. So we'll have to find.
That's fun.
I think that would be fun to do a welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah. keep the crowd cheering for the good questions. That's what we do. So when you guys have a good question, boom.
Yeah.
Hit the crowd cheering.
Yep. I like
now,
that.
we support all questions.
Yes.
Okay. We will not use the crickets. We will not.
Unless no one is asking a question.
Oh. So like right now we would play crickets. We'd be like, hey, anybody got any fence questions?
Hey.
Cue the crickets.
You got any of those questions?
Yeah. You got any of those fence questions laying around? But hey, let us know what you guys think about this picture too. So the camera is significantly closer to us because again, this all comes from YouTube feedback. And I probably put too much weight into YouTube feedback. I agree with that. I agree. But one of the pieces of feedback was, so the camera was back a little ways. So it made us smaller. And so that was kind of some of the feedback. But now it is like this camera is right up in our business. I would say the camera is, how far away would you say the camera is? Maybe 2 foot.
18 inches?
Yeah, I would say somewhere between 18 inches and 2 foot right now. It is like I can reach out and almost touch it right now. So it's a lot closer. But tell us what you think of the view, because we can absolutely move it. I have a shotgun sound for people that have bad questions or are trolling you. Well, luckily, Brent, we don't need trolls.
That's true. Not yet.
Well, if we do, kick them out. No, there's an option here. So if we have trolls, we can do this, and we can delete the comment, or we can block the user. We're not going to. No one panic. We're not blocking anybody yet. But
good to know.
We got options. And on the YouTube side, I noticed you can like basically put a user in timeout where it silences them for like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Don't have that option here. We're either deleting comments or blocking people if we do get trolls. But now, Brent, here's the thing. We need to talk. In today's day and age, we are not allowed to tell people that they have bad questions. They are all questions. Nope, don't even say it because you're going to get us in trouble. They're all good questions, people. And we'll just say that. All good questions. All right. Aunt Amy likes the camera in the background.
Awesome.
Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that.
I love that background. It does look cool.
Much detail. You're beautiful people. Well, thank you, James. Thank you, James. It is coming in like it is crispy quality today.
Yeah.
Like I think bringing the camera closer helps the focus too.
Oh, I imagine so. Yeah.
People, we've had some issues in the past with focus. It has not looked crispy before, but right now it is looking pretty good. All right, James says it looks good.
Awesome.
James, I agree. No trolls.
Let's
Let's keep this a troll-free zone.
I have another idea for sound effects for trolls. I say we do like custom sound, and it just says like, "Get out of here," you know, like "Get out of here."
All right, this is the sound. It's just gonna be like, "Get out of here."
Yeah. So if anyone has
who will record that later?
Has a grandfather that would like to come record that.
Get on out of here.
Get off our lawn.
Get out of here, I said.
Yeah.
Get off our lawn. All right. So or we just don't deal with trolls.
Yeah. Or we block
the thing with trolls.
Maybe we just give them a sound effect the first time. Like, hey.
Oh, like a warning.
We're telling you. Yeah. Get on out of here. Remove yourself.
What if it's like a sound like a auga, and you press that and you're like, troll warning. Warning 1. The next one will play the get on out of here as we block you. Or we don't even say it. People just know.
Yeah.
Like people that have watched the show from this point on and have seen this episode know when you hear a get on out of here, it means somebody's blocked.
Yeah.
Because the thing with trolls, they're like gremlins. You do not feed them.
No.
Do not feed the trolls. And so by like
gremlin.
Yeah, you don't, or what is it? Yeah, you don't feed gremlins.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you don't get them wet or something too, right? Yeah, that's the thing. There's a movie. That's a thing. When I was a kid, it terrified me. But yeah, you don't, what is it? You don't feed them. You don't get them wet. I don't know. Because then they get evil. So, but anyway, you do not feed the trolls.
Yep.
Because if you give them a sound effect, they might like it.
Yeah, that's true.
So the ooga is the warning.
Yep.
And then the get on out of here is just when we block them.
Yep. We're really expecting a lot of trolls here.
I was going to say, we're putting a lot of thought into this for a show that has no trolls.
Yeah.
But
if you have a plan, it generally never happens, you know? So it's always good to be prepared.
And if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah.
I heard that a lot of coaches. That's like a number one thing coaches say.
Yep.
If you plan to fail, or if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, boys. I don't know how that applied to baseball, but
sure. Well, it's kind of
we were planning all the time because we never planned to fail.
Yeah, you don't want to plan to fail.
Coach, we planned to win this one, and that didn't happen either. So, what happened, Coach? We planned all the time.
Yeah.
Too much planning, maybe.
You're like, well, actually, you're the coach, so you obviously didn't plan enough. We didn't win.
Yeah, but you go off saying stuff like that, you're going to do some running.
Yeah.
Number one punishment. That's why I don't like to run today. Number one punishment in sports.
Running.
Get to running.
Yep.
Do some laps. Golly.
And there's always one person, too, that made everyone run. That's a sure way to get hated real fast.
Yeah. And, yeah. Oh, thanks. And I don't want to say names because, like, I've got friends. Okay, let me think of a name of someone I did not know. Rocky.
Okay.
So you're like, thanks, Rocky. The rest of us get to run. So now I don't like you even more.
Right.
Like, guess what, Coach? This is not breeding team unity right now. You think it is. No, it's not. I mean, it makes us all not like Rocky even more.
Yeah, it's kind of bringing the rest of the team together to hate that one person.
Yeah, Coach, we all got together and we voted. Rocky's out.
Yeah.
We voted him off the island. Yeah, get on out of here. We blocked him.
Yeah.
Now we don't, because we don't like running.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Brent. We're definitely not allowed to say this anymore. Brent is kidding. He does not mean anything by it. And if something happens, he doesn't know anybody who might have done anything. Like he needs some milk, lady. Needs some milk, lady.
I think that was when we were saying, like, get on out of here.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
You could do Yosemite Sam. He has.
Oh.
Yeah. I say. In what is it? I say. All right. He a sound bit from Old Western says, get on, get. Yeah.
Go on, get. Go on, get.
Go on, get.
Yeah.
With a no. I was going to make a pew sound, and I know you do not make pew sounds, and you do not make pew-pews with your fingers, because that gets you out of here.
Yeah. Can't do that.
Don't get them wet or feed them. Yeah, okay, that's what I said. That's what I said. You don't get them wet. You don't feed them after midnight, or else they turn evil.
So they're not evil the rest of the time? I guess I did not see this movie.
No, they're like cute and cuddly, like Furbies.
Oh.
They're like cute and cuddly Furbies.
Okay.
Unless you get them wet or you feed them after midnight. Then those things turn straight up evil. I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, Shalane, I think they were called Gremlins. I think that's the movie. I think the movie was called Gremlins. Huh. Man, I was traumatized as a child. I watched that thing once, and I didn't finish it. I'm sure I didn't. It was just, I noped straight on out of that. I said, Always have a plan. Don't do it blind. Yeah, absolutely, right. James. And with the emoji. James has pretty good emoji game here. Pretty good emoji game. Good job.
Nice.
James. You two have a great weekend. Peace and love.
You too, Brent.
You too, Brent. Okay, it was called Gremlins. Gremlins. All right, all right.
Good to know.
Very good. Well, guys, it's been an hour.
Yeah.
So we've made it through another week of Ask a Fence Gal Fri-Yay. And as per usual, I didn't ask the Fence Gal very much at all. So we're going to have to get better at that. And we still didn't talk about renaming the show.
Maybe
Second week in a row.
We'll do one of those polls on the actual like Facebook page.
On the Facebook, create a poll. Yep. And should we rename it? Okay. Keep an eye out on our Facebook. Most of you are watching us on Facebook, it looks like. Does it tell us?
I don't think it does.
Yes, it does. Oh, every one of you is watching us on Facebook. No one is watching on YouTube. So that helps. Oh, holy cannoli.
It does tell us who likes it.
It tells us who likes it.
It does not tell us who's watching.
No, it doesn't. But
yeah, because if you think about it, like on the post on Facebook, you could see who liked it.
But it doesn't tell. Okay. 4, 5, 6. It does tell us all of them. Okay. maybe this is a thing we start. James, Brent, Dylan, and Patricia have all liked it.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, guys. And Sam Haw and Aunt Amy loved it. And we love you guys.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys coming along. Have a good week, y'all. Thanks for the pro talk. James,
thanks for stopping in.
I appreciate you asking us questions and letting us talk about stuff. Like, that's the thing. Without you, we wouldn't have talked about Gates at all. So,
yep. Thank you.
You're the real MVP. Shalane and I agree. Okay, yes, it was called Gremlins. Scared her to death too.
Yeah.
Same. All right. Gremlins.
Okay.
You two are awesome. Very fun. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. We try to
keep
keep things light and fun and occasionally talk about Fence content.
Yeah.
Have a good week, y'all. Thanks for the pro talk. Oh, we already did that one.
It's okay.
Okay. Sorry. Look, James is coming up with the emojis. You too, James. Awesome. All right, guys. Hey, Sarah, if someone had fence questions and they'd like to ask you a fence question directly, how would they do that?
Yeah, they would just go ahead and email me, Sarah with an H.
Oh, we still haven't done this.
You haven't switched it back, have you?
And you guys out there might think that at this point we're doing it just for like a gig. It's not. No. Like, I literally just haven't switched it yet. So that's Sarah, and I'm Joe. Now, you might think, hey, you guys could just switch seats. And you're right, but we don't.
No.
Or you're thinking, hey, Joe, you could probably just redo that graphic.
Yeah.
And you're right, but I haven't. Anyway, hey, Sarah, if someone wanted to ask you a fence question, how would they ask you a fence question?
Yeah, so they would just email me, sarah@ozfence.com. Or they could always leave a comment. We do go ahead and look at the comments throughout the week and pull kind of old questions and bring them into the new one, should anyone post a question.
Absolutely. Very good. Very good. You can always give us a call. 417-862-7803 is our office number. You'll get a hold of Candace at that number. Or if you find us anywhere out there in the interwebs and you call those numbers, you will get Stephanie.
Yep.
We like to confuse everyone and have multiple phone numbers here. And we're not sure which numbers reach whom, but you will always either reach Steph or Candace. Well, or maybe one of us.
Yeah, if we grab the phone.
That's true. But you will get someone at Ozark Fence. We promise.
You will be helped.
That's right. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys sticking around for this ridiculousness. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week. We'll be here next week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. For another Ask a Fence Gal Fri-Yay. Or maybe not. Watch the Facebook page and we'll have a poll.
Yep.
That's what we were going to say.
Determined.
All right. Guys, thanks.
All right.
Appreciate you guys sticking around.